Hey coaches, and welcome to my channel where I discuss the Perfect Play football system. The Perfect Play football system is a modern day spread offensive system. It is the most versatile spread offensive system being used in football today. It is also the best system because it will always put your offense in the best situation. It will put your offense in the perfect play. And the perfect play is a play that gives you chunk yardage. Chunk yardage is what we want to have every play, and this is the system that will put you in those situations. Create chunk plays, allow your athletes to make plays. And today we're going to deal with trips adjustment. I talk a lot about trips formations and those how defenses can adjust to your trips formation. And today we're going to talk about one of those adjustments. All right, here's my contact information. Feel free to email me at perfectplayfootball@gmail.com. Also have a Twitter account where I discuss football 100% of the time, all about calling offense, developing an offensive system. It also deals with leadership issues, team issues. All right, in a previous video, I discussed one way that the defensive coordinator can make a trips adjustment. This is just a very basic trips formation. Let's say that the offense is on the left hash. We'll put trips to the field, single receiver into the boundary. And what the defense has done here is what I call a plus linebacker. They have plussed the shade 5 Mike linebacker out of the box or on the edge of the box. And his job is to help fill the gaps for perimeter plays, but also he is responsible for B-gap. And the last video I talked about how to deal with the plus linebacker and making this linebacker wrong every play, and a great way to create angles and have a 5-man offensive lineman blocking the 5-man box and creating an escape pattern for your quarterback. You could use it as a handoff with your running back and read pass it. With this, in this example, we have the bubble drawn up. I've talked about two favorite tags that I use with this system. The bubble is number 1. The next tag I'll show you will be my second favorite, and it is a quick game pattern. But here, once again, we see the plus linebacker, the Mike backer, coming out of the box. Free safety stays high. The jack safety stays into the boundary. And then, of course, you have the corners, and then they overhang the Sam linebacker on number 2. So here we have my second favorite tag that we have. Same formation, trips to the field. We're on the left hash mark, single receiver into the boundary, shade 5 to the field, the overhangs to the field. But we notice the free safety is starting to creep down. This is a tag between the bubble and this tag. If anyone saw game film or is trying to develop a defensive game plan, to stop my offense, you would need to begin with stopping the bubble by H and cross blocking Z and Y. And then the second thing you'd have to stop would be this tag right here. This is very similar to the old school air raid 68, I believe it was, in the quick game, where H had a 5-yard out. Instead of an out, we'll just keep it consistent with the bubble screen. One that looks somewhat similar to that. So we just kept him a bubble. Everyone else looks like the air raid 68, the Y stick route, they called it. So here we have a go, a bubble, and a hitch, stick, whatever you want to call it here. We're going to run it like a hitch route. And you see what the defense is beginning to do. They're beginning to use the free safety as the adjuster down on this stick route, this hitch. So we'll throw it, and in this patch of grass here, and the free safety will come down and make the tackle, and we only get an 8-yard gain. And that sounds silly to complain about an 8-yard gain, but that's what we're having. So we want a bigger play than that. So we have to make a trips. This is their trips adjustment by having number 3, 1, 2, 3. The free safety is number 3 by having number 3 being the adjuster. In the previous example, it was Mike, the plus linebacker, being the adjuster. Now we're going to use number 3, the free safety, as the adjuster. Sometimes defenses may do both, have a plus backer and start adjusting with the free safety. But today we're just going to deal with the adjuster being number 3. All right, here we have the trips adjustment being number 3. The free safety is the adjuster. He's coming down, and they do what I call plug out the route. So they plug the corner into the deep route, the overhang Sam linebacker into the bubble, and they begin to plug the free safety further and further down. So instead of him being at his 10 yards, then he becomes 9, 8, and before you know it, he's down and around 7, 6 yards, almost at linebacker depth. So what we have here is just the same play, the same quick game play, and you can call this as a read pass, or you can match it up with a run game. We're not talking about the box. We're not going to talk about the single receiver. We're only going to deal with the trips side. But you could read past this with a run game. You could call it as a pure quick game and pass protect it, use your quick game pass protection. Or you could use it as a play action pass and use what I call show protection. And you show a run and you play low to the line of scrimmage and stay on those double teams. And then you can try to give that run look as best as possible and use it as a quick game. Obviously, you can call any route you want to call here on the backside if you're using it as a quick game or play action pass. Could be a screen or anything else you want to combine with it. Doesn't really matter. So here we have, once again, we have the free safety being the adjuster and the DBs, the overhang, the corner, the free safety plugging out these routes. So you have to pay attention to the leverage of this free safety as he begins to creep down, but he's not at linebacker depth. He's still playing at depth, but on the snap he may come down. He may see this release. He may start to come down. Whatever the case is, this is how they're plugging it out, and you're still getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop, but you want to create a bigger play. So here we have the trips formation, trips to the field. Ball's on the left hash, trips to the field, single receiver into the boundary. We're not dealing with the run game inside. There's no plus linebacker. We see the adjustment to our trips is beginning to happen with the free safety. Free safety's coming down and making the play on the stick over and over and over again. And the Sam's playing the flat route, and the corner is playing the deep ball. So what we do once we begin to see the leverage of the free safety, the leverage of number 3, you see the adjuster, is it's high and inside. So what we call then is a go route, stays the same. We have a seam route, get on top of the free safety, get on top of the seam to the field here. And then we have a 5-yard out. You can use a speed cut to get him out. You can just go 5 yards and plant and make it a hard cut. It's up to you, the type of players you have and what you want in your system. I do a speed cut at 5. So we get upfield, get our speed cut at 5, and we're out. And we see the leverage that this adjuster, the free safety, the adjuster, he has high leverage, inside leverage, and now he's been used to coming down and playing the stick. And now as he tries to come down, now he's got to chase this guy into the boundary as well. So you have a situation where he is out leveraged, he is too much depth, he's playing too high, he's playing inside, and there's no way that he can defend that route. So that's the next go-to in dealing with the adjuster being number 3, the adjuster being the free safety. So there we have the situation of number 3 being the trips adjuster. Another example of a fake a fake trips adjustment. We dealt with the plus linebacker in a previous video. This is number 3 being the adjuster. Where is his leverage? It's high and inside. Then this is our go-to call for that. That concludes our video. You can email me at perfectplayfootball@gmail.com. Bang those bells for those notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Feel free to email me, contact me in any way. Score points and have fun.